very pleased to record this video for you guys to watch. Please enjoy. I'm doing software engineering process and tools, and I got distributed to a specific part of this subject, which is alternative model for the Sdlc. And also there is a group for this. There are 4 math group members in this group: Eric, Shan, Zhang, and of course me. We had a great time through this studying period and meeting twice a week to discuss the problems and share the information. And where we are. Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about several models for Sdlc and some personal study experience about this subject. What is Sdlc? Well, Sdlc, which is the software development life cycle, which is known as a software development process. It is a structure imposed on the development of a software product. Similar terms including software life cycle and software process. It is often considered a subset of system development life cycle. Sdlc model is a framework that describes the activities performed at each stage of a software development project. Okay, let's look at what the general model looks like. Software lifecycle model describes the phases of software cycle and the other order in which those phases are executed. There are a ton of models and many companies adapt their own, but all very similar patterns. That's why they need us, because we have been studying alternative models for Sdlc and created models that do not exist. The purpose of this is to suit different cases. The general basic model is following like 4 processes: requirements, design, implementation, testing. Each phase produces deliverables required by the next phase in the life cycle. Requirements are translated into design. Coding is a procedure during implementation that is driven by the design. Testing verifies the deliverable of the implementation phase against the requirements. Here we go. The waterfall model is a synchronical software development process in which progress is the same as following steadily downwards like a waterfall. Those are phases of conception, iteration, analysis, design, in other words, validation, construction, testing, and maintenance. Small to medium database software projects are generally broken down into 6 stages. The first one, project planning, requirements definition, design, development, integration test, installation, acceptance. Progress follows from the top and bottom, like waterfall. What are the advantages? The first one, simple and easy to use. The second one, easy to manage due to each phase has specific deliverables and review process. The third one, phases are processed and completed at one time. The fourth one works well for small projects where requirements are very well understood. So, what are the disadvantages of waterfall model? I guess firstly, adjusting scope during the life cycle can kill a project. And thirdly, no working software is produced until the later life cycle. Thirdly, high amount of risk and uncertainty. Fourth one, poor model for long. This is a roughly diagram for the waterfall model. The relationship of each stage to the others can be roughly described as a waterfall, where the outputs from a specific stage serve as the initial inputs for the following stage. During each stage, additional information is gathered or developed, combined with the inputs, and used to produce the stage deliverables. It is important to note that the additional information is restricted in scope. New ideas that would take the project in directions not anticipated by the initial set of high-level requirements are not incorporated into the project. Rather, ideas for new capabilities or features that are out of scope are preserved for later consideration. Whether you should use it or not depends largely on how well you believe you understand your customers' needs, how much volatility you expect in those needs as the project progresses. The model is recommended for use only in projects which are relatively stable and where customer needs can be clearly identified at an earlier stage. Okay, and next one I would like to introduce another model which has comments with last one, which is waterfall model. The life cycle is a sequential path of execution of processes. Each phase must be completed before the next phase starts. Testing is emphasized in this model more than waterfall model. The testing procedures are developed earlier in the life cycle, before any coding is done, during each of phase preceding implementation. Requirements begin the life cycle model just like the waterfall model. Before development is started, a system plan is created. The test plan focuses on meeting the functionality specified in the requirements gathering. The high-level design phase focuses on system architecture and design. An integration test plan is created in this phase as well in order to test a piece of software system ability to work together. The low-level design phase is where the actual software components are designed. And until tests are created in this phase as well. The implementation phase is again where all coding takes place. Once coding is complete, the path of execution continues up to the right side of the video, where test plans developed earlier are now put to use. So again, what are the advantages about this reshaped model? The first one, simple to use. The second one, each phase has specified deliverables. Third one, high chance of success of a waterfall model due to development of test plan earlier on during life cycle. Also works well for small projects where requirements are easily understood. So what are the advantages? Firstly, software is developed during the implementation phase, so no earlier prototype of the software are produced. Thirdly, model does not provide a clear path for problems found during testing phases. And last one, a little bit of flexibility and adjusting scope. It's difficult and also expensive. Okay, lastly, this is a rough diagram for a V-shaped model. There are 5 key deliverables of testing planning. The first deliverable is test approach. It explains the objectives and scope of the test, documents entry, exit, and key dates. The second one would be test scenarios. They provide a high-level description and functionality to be tested. Third one is test conditions and expected results. It describes all items and results that must be covered to fulfill each test scenarios. The fourth one is test circle control sheet. groups test scripts into logical categories or circles, documents when and by whom each circle will be executed. Test scripts. It provides step-by-step instructions and detailed results for a test executor to follow during each execution. So there are still some benefits of V-shaped model. I would like to add some. I guess the first one is faults are prevented and it stops false multiplication. And next one is avoids the downward follow of defects. Lower defect resolution cost due to earlier detection. And the next one is improved quality and reliability. And the fourth one is reduction in the amount of rework, improved risk management, validation and verification at each level of stage containment. The last one would be allows testers to be active in the project earlier in the project's life cycle. They develop critical knowledge about the system.
Which is FDD. Briefly, FDD, that is feature-driven development for short, consisting of 5 clear defined processes that can be captured in 5 stages. The core of FDD is the concept of a feature, which is a clearly defined client value piece of functionality. The processes that make up FDD is structured around defining every element of a project as a feature, then designing and building each feature in an interactive manner. Process 1, development a overall model. This is a highly collaborative process in which everyone has to work together to create the overall model. Process 2, build a features list. This is an initial project-wide activity to identify all the features required to support the project. Process 3, planning. This process extends the benefits provided by process 2. It provides the project manager with a means of planning the development phase in a meaningful way for both the client and the programmers. Process 4, design by feature. This involves a per feature activity to produce the feature design package. It is broken down into 3 steps: walkthrough, design, and inspection. Process 5, build by feature. This involves a per feature activity to produce a completed client value function. It is also broken down into 3 steps: code inspection, and promote to build. As with process 4, idea, collaboration, and benefits, inspection is enforced. What makes the process 5 unique is the final step, promote to build. And there are still tons of models that I would like to introduce during the limited time. Because it's limited time, so welcome to check other models in my blog if you are interested. Okay, next part, I would like to show a case study that we have been through studying this past few weeks. Web publishing system is a case study. It has 4 active actors and 1 system to operate, a platform for those active actors to interact with each other. Author, reviewer, reader, editor. Which are the 4 active actors? Well, the processes basically are the author submits an article for consideration. The editor enters it into the system and assign it to and send it to at least 3 reviewers. The reviewers return their comments, which are used by the editor to make a decision on the article. Either the article is accepted as written decline, or author is asked to make some changes based on the reviewers. If it is accepted, possibly after a revision, the editor sends a copyright to the author. When the form is returned, the article is published